Hi, my name is ColdBeer, and let's start with Warcraft 4. Technically. The Scouring. In this heavily Warcraft-inspired RTS you will find very familiar gameplay, fast-paced action and well-known factions. But despite it being a clone of Warcraft, it has something really appealing. The visuals are great, unit controls are smooth, and people who played Blizzard games before are saying that they feel right at home here. The potential is huge and the crowd is thirsty for more. I remember when I played Bannerman, which has like 50% positive reviews on Steam, boring missions and only one faction. I loved it. The hunger I am experiencing for something truly Warcraft-like is similar to my hunger for potato salad.
No, it's not.
Oh, shut up. The Scouring is not only one out there. There are more like Godsworn, for example, but the more, the better. The Scouring is still in early access, so it doesn't have a campaign, but you are welcome to play multiplayer or against AI. There is also a mode where you control the hero and AI handles your base and army. Something innovative, no doubt. So at least put it into your wishlist. This game has huge potential for all RTS fans. Bellwright. This is an indie game that desperately wants to look and feel like AAA games, and because of that it is being judged a bit too harshly in my opinion. Even without a discount, the price is obviously the price of an indie. On the other hand, when your indie game gets compared to titles like Skyrim or Bannerlord, you must be very proud as a developer. The direction it is going leads to a bright future, without a doubt. So here, framed for the murder of the prince and sentenced to death by the crown, you've been living in the shadows ever since. You know that you are lame and you suck, but you can't do anything about that. Until one time, after barely dodging a routine attempt on your life, you find the assassin's contract that raises many questions for you. Was it just a misfortune that you were framed? Or is there more to it? So determined to stop being lame and find the answers, you must journey back to the very place you escaped from. And, you know, in the process lead a rebellion, overthrow the government and maybe even become a king or queen. The character editor is there, you can choose what you look like. Here you will build, upgrade your outposts, expand your influence and kill those who oppose you. Here you will become the one who knocks. Looks like a very nice title with lots of potential. Black Myth Wukong. This is an action RPG based on Chinese mythology. The story itself is based on a book called Journey to the West, one of the classical novels of Chinese literature. Here you will take the role of the Destined One to venture into the challenges and marvels ahead. One of the major highlights of the story is its diverse cast of adversaries, each with their unique strengths and skills. Here, aside from mastering various combat techniques, you can also freely combine different spells, abilities, weapons and equipment to find a winning strategy that best suits your combat style. Well, the game is super hard, so searching for a winning strategy may take some time, that's for sure. But despite that, the combat is smooth, controls are great and satisfying without being overly complicated. People are saying that if you fail here, it's usually on you. Of course, there are a few enemies that cheat, but you know how they say. Fool me once, it's on you, fool me twice, that's on me. So don't get fooled, show everyone what a, mediocre fighter you are. Ghost of Tsushima. Vast open world and intense melee carnage are right up the valley for everyone who likes Witcher games. Ghost of Tsushima is gorgeous. I was playing it for days and had a lot of fun doing various quests, slicing enemies in many pieces and adoring the beautiful nature. And by beautiful nature I mean everything except bears. They hop out of nowhere and show you that you are not the boss here, usually by killing you in one hit. Well, at least when you are still an inexperienced samurai ninja warrior, because later you will become a killing machine nobody can withstand. If you have never played the game, I can assure you that the satisfaction level after clearing an encampment of enemies is very high, especially when you die and then try again and again with various tactics and then finally you emerge victorious. That feeling is legendary. Horizon Forbidden West Complete Edition. So here you play as a young girl who decided to save our world from evil and corruption. And by corruption, I don't mean bureaucracy between humans and monsters, but the evil that changes good animals, so they become bad animals.
Ooh.
I know, right? And those animals are all robotic, cybernetic dinosaurs. Really cool concept that made this game famous. Don't worry, it's not some distant planet with alternative history. It's just a post-apocalyptic world where you are trying to unlock its secrets and learn everything about the great evil event that raised mechanical animals and plunged humanity into the Stone Age again. I really like the combat of Horizon because all that slicing and shooting feels really satisfying. Both parts of the game are kinda similar. I played the second part a few years apart from the first one, and aside from a few cool special effects and visuals, it's the same game. I couldn't tell the difference. So in general, Horizon is not cruel or dark or anything in terms of story and quests. You'll find no boobs here as well. Yeah, not even one. Although you can mod the PC version of the game to your liking. But the combat and open world and monsters are really cool, and I can recommend this game for you without any regrets. God of War Ragnarök. So here you must journey to each of the 9 realms in search of answers, as Asgardian forces prepare for a prophesized battle that will end the world. Along the way you will explore visually beautiful mythical landscapes, face interesting enemies in the form of Norse gods, and fight various monsters. And as the end of the world looms closer, you must choose between your own safety and the safety of the realms. So basically, like in every God of War game, you'll hack, slash, bash and crash some skulls' heads and detach some limbs. So this is not only story-rich, but also a very entertaining game. Neon Abyss. Here you will take control of one of the heroes traversing the dangerous underworld. You will be trying to find a way to remove the curse that made you immortal. If you get killed, you can go back to the Day's End bar, where you prepare for the next playthrough. Over time you will unlock new rooms offering previously unavailable items and challenges. People on Steam are saying that this game is like Enter the Gungeon, but actually fun. They say that this is a very nice 2D roguelike with a huge amount of different weapons, perks and companions. By the way, these companions can be earned by finding eggs, which have a chance to hatch if you clear a room. Each of them has unique skills and can increase in power if you can manage to keep them alive long enough. But let us be fair, the only thing you can keep alive long enough is that cactus on your windowsill. 9-bit Armies, a bit too far. Most of us know the 8-bit RTS series, and this is the latest game in the franchise. In 9-bit Armies you will rally your military forces across a variety of battlefields and act out your strategy over land, sea and air. Yeah, the holy trinity of every good RTS game. You will deploy your airborne soldiers, destroy bridges and aim your super weapons at your puny enemies. You can also join others online, playing together with your friends in co-op campaigns or against them in a mix of skirmishes supporting up to 8 players. The game is filled with various innovations like swimming infantry or sharks who can eat them, but the UI and whole setting looks and feels very close to Command & Conquer, so you will feel right at home here. 9-bit Armies will provide a bit better and smoother gameplay, better map layouts and medal system kinda similar to StarCraft 2 campaign achievements. You can download new maps and mods with full Steam Workshop integration and discover new ways to render all to burning bits and bytes. You can also upload your own mods and maps to share with friends and foes alike. Game also supports LAN PvP, so you can organize wild parties with your friends and keep your virginity safe like never before. Nioh 2, the Complete Edition. Here you can create your own original protagonist and embark on an adventure that will take you through devastated lands across Japan during the Sengoku period. Much like the previous title, which gained a lot of praise from fans and critics alike, Nioh 2 contains an original story and a lot of action. This edition includes all the content from Nioh 2 along with all 3 DLC expansions: The Tengu's Disciple, Darkness in the Capital and The First Samurai. You can also play the game at 120 frames per second if your monitor is a beast. Also, it supports 4K, ultra-wide screens and so on. People on Steam are talking that this game is a masterpiece, well-balanced title with great replayability value, but definitely not for those who suck at Souls-like games. But if you suck at Souls-like games, I have wonderful advice for you. Stop sucking, get good. See how easy it is? No Man's Sky. This is an alive project. Updates are constant, the game is getting better and better every year. And by saying constant updates, I'm not kidding. I have noticed that they update the game every month, or even more often. Here every star is the light of an actual distant sun, each orbited by planets filled with life, and you can go to any of them. The game is actually enormous. Of course, that size is only available because of procedural generation. So the real question is your mama procedurally generated?
Oh, come on, how dare you?
I'm sorry, no I'm not. So here you fly from deep space to planetary surfaces without loading screens. In this infinite universe you will discover places and creatures that no other players have seen before, and perhaps never will again. So it is tailored for those who want to go where no human boldly went before, or for those who want to find the best place in the galaxy, which is called Beristan, everyone knows that. Also keep in mind that every other player lives in the same galaxy and you can choose to share your discoveries with them on a map. That is cool. Singularity. Here you'll be a witness of so-called Singularity event that fractured time and threatened the world as we know it. Some say it was the day when everyone forgot the potato salad recipe. That bent time and space, a real apocalypse happened. So here, armed with powerful advanced weaponry and the experimental time manipulation device, you'll fight enemies from the past, the present and the abominations caught in somewhere in between. With the help of this magical device, you will age enemies to dust in seconds, manipulate objects outside the laws of gravity and degrade things or renew them to their pristine form. You will be a real time bender here.
I control time and space.
Yeah, like that. The Last of Us Part 1. This is a legendary game that is more like a movie than an actual game, although you won't be left without some shooting and hack and slash action as well. So here in a ravaged civilization where infected humans and crazy criminals run rampant, Joel, which is you, is hired to smuggle 14-year-old Ellie out of a military quarantine zone. Ellie that doesn't look like she's from another planet, if you know what I mean. However, what starts as a small job soon transforms into a brutal cross-country journey where you will have to save yourself and Ellie from perils of this world. If you saw the TV series, it's basically the same. Well, maybe some hardened fans would disagree, but I played the game some 11 years ago and then I saw the TV show and it was identical for me. Nevertheless, if you somehow skip the game and the show, you have a perfect chance to experience a really cool story. Yeah, a story about a child smuggler. Yeah. Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered. Here you will take on the role of Peter Parker, who is fighting big crime and iconic villains in New York City. At the same time, he is struggling to balance his chaotic personal life and career, while the fate of the town rests upon his shoulders. Yeah, this Spider-Man has some experience, he's not a newbie by no means. After 8 years behind the mask, Peter Parker is a crime-fighting master, so here you will feel the full power of a more experienced Spider-Man, with improvisational combat, dynamic acrobatics, fluid urban traveling mechanics and environmental interactions. You'll swing through vibrant neighborhoods and catch great views of iconic Marvel and Manhattan landmarks. Also, you will have to use the environment around you to defeat murderous villains. And you don't want any murders in your town. Well, except those who die in the process of you fighting the villain. Those are acceptable losses, and nobody will ever miss those people. Everyone knows that. Game has an overwhelmingly positive review score and is a true gem for every Spider-Man fan. Ryse, Son of Rome. Another game with a ridiculous price tag. Ryse looks like God of War, Shadow of War and Assassin's Creed smashed together, and that is never a bad thing. He will take on the role of a Roman soldier who joins the army to avenge the slaying of your family and then become a hero who must fight to save the Roman Empire itself. Well, we all know that the Roman Empire is no more, so spoilers, you failed, but in the end it doesn't really matter what you did or didn't. All it matters that you had fun by killing hundreds of enemies and did that in satisfying manner. People on Steam are talking that Ryse, Son of Rome is really nice. The game is short, sweet and enjoyable. A very positive review score left by tens of thousands of buyers can confirm that with ease. Mortal Kombat XL. This is a casual Mortal Kombat X version with 2 DLCs in one. While not on sale, this whole deal would cost you around 50 euros, so getting it now is definitely a great deal. So let me tell you about DLCs and what you get along with the standard version of the game. First Combat Pack will unlock Jason Voorhees, Predator, Tanya and Tremor. Each fighter comes with a themed skin pack including 3 new skins for selected characters. Combat Pack 2 also includes 4 playable characters: Leatherface, Boraicho, Triborg and Xenomorph. So if you played only the main version of the game or skipped the title completely, there is no better time to finally obtain it and beat your friends. And as always, after you beat your friends, beat them in this game as well. Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey. This is a really original and truly amazing game where you play as an ape. Yeah, your journey starts 10 million years ago, and by then we still shared our ancestors with gorillas and chimpanzees. Our last common ancestor with the apes, chimpanzees to be exact, is known to be roughly about 5 million years old. So you start as an ape and over the years evolve into an early human. The whole game spans from 10 million to 2 million years ago. Your task is for you and your tribe not to die and not to choose the path of extinction. The future of humanity is in your hands, like literally. As developers say, evolution was not written in stone. Your decisions will shape how you will overcome obstacles, increase your species, and what knowledge you will pass on to future generations. You can focus on specific attributes or choose a more balanced approach to survival. Your clan's ability to survive will be directly impacted by your decisions and choices, making each player's experience a unique one. It's a wonderful game reminding us that we are just starting to go on our evolutionary path as human species. 2 million years is nothing. Dinosaurs existed for 165 million years before they all died out. Except the birds, of course, add another 65 million years to that big number. That is a huge difference. Not as huge as your mama though. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. In this third-person action-adventure game you will play as Star-Lord, and thanks to your bold yet questionable leadership you have persuaded an oddball crew of unlikely heroes to join you. Some jerk, surely not you, has set off a chain of catastrophic events, and only you can hold the unpredictable Guardians together long enough to fight off total interplanetary meltdown. For this you will have to use element blasters, tag team beatdowns, jet boot powered dropkicks, even put pineapple into potato salad. Nothing is off limits. Well, I'm kidding. The last thing surely is. That is a jail time guaranteed, and if you think it's all going to plan, you will be in for a world of surprises, with the consequences of your actions guaranteed to keep the Guardians on their toes. The game is one of the most beloved Marvel Universe games, with positive reviews hovering way above 90%. EVERSPACE 2. This is a fast-paced, single-player space shooter. You'll explore a world ravaged by war. A massive handcrafted area is packed with secrets, puzzles, and perils to encounter. Also, the game is looter-shooter, so every enemy you slay will give you something nice. Here you are a clone pilot seeking your place in the universe. The events of your past tangles with clashing factions as the world around approaches a boiling point. You will have to escape colonial capture, navigate the intrigues of local warlords, evade energy-maddened cultists, and fend off war-hungry aliens. Yeah, those bastards want to rule the part of the galaxy you live in, so you will discover alien species, unveil mysteries, find hidden treasures, and defend your cargo against outlaw gangs. The campaign spans for 30 hours, a very nice amount for a single-player game. But this is just a tip of a dick. Completionists can dive deep into the EverSpace universe and spend more than 90 hours to complete every side mission, finish every challenge, and discover every hidden secret. So if you really like the game, it will give you more challenges as well. People who play the game are agreeing on one thing. This game has no BS, it actually feels like video game where you have to control a spaceship and shoot things down. Also, it has RPG elements and great customization options. Postal. Brain damaged. In this boomer shooter spin-off of the Postal franchise, things are about to get weird. Everything happens in your brain, and that brain is not a healthy one by any means. Overwhelmingly positive reviews left by thousands of players say to us that the idea and the execution here is flawless. In-game you will encounter fast and challenging enemies and diverse environments. Also, you will enjoy crude humor, nicely presented gore, and fantasy violence. Anyway, people on Steam are saying that this is a great game with fantastic art and super entertaining gameplay. Absolute gem and a must-play. Besiege. This is a physics-based building game in which you construct medieval siege engines and lay waste to immense fortresses and peaceful villages. Build a machine which can crush windmills, wipe out battalions of brave soldiers, and transport valuable resources, defending your creation against cannons, archers, and everything else. Game looks beautiful, the art style is 10 ColdBeers out of 10, and the same is difficulty, at least at the beginning, because my machines did more harm to themselves than to their surroundings. Anyway, I promise you that after a bit of practice you will build your incredible mechanical potato of terror and destroy some peaceful castles.
Turnip boy commits tax evasion.
He will take control of an adorable Turnip who happens to be an absolute menace to society. After failing to pay taxes and getting evicted from your home, you must go on an epic quest to pay back your massive debt to Mayor Onion. Use garden tools to solve plantastic puzzles, meet eccentric vegetables and fruits, and take on treacherous fights against animals both big and small, including the capitalist swine. Along the journey, uncover what's spoiling this garden community and Ryse to tear down the corrupt vegetable government. In other words, you are a lazy, shady turnip that wants to evade paying taxes and, along the way, start the revolution. Some kind of Lenin, I guess. Instruments of destruction. Do you have an urge to destroy, to ruin cities and flatten the terrain in the moment of rage? Nobody is stopping you. You can go and destroy anything you want. Or you can go and play this game instead. Or after. You know, when you destroy everything, this game will offer you more. So here you will become a vehicle test pilot and journey across the world to remote outposts where everything needs to be, destroyed. For that noble goal, you will be using purpose-built wrecking machines such as flying bulldozers, tanks wielding quad rocket launchers, and ornithopters with grappling hooks. This game is not only about destruction, it is about building as well. You will learn how to design your own machines for the ultimate demolition experience. Simply use the editor to construct devastating vehicles armed with chainsaws, lasers, claws, wrecking balls, magnets, vortex generators, and much more. Beyond vehicles, here you can design your own custom maps and structures and share it all with the world via Steam Workshop. The game has a very positive review score and can soothe your urge to destroy. And now thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, and subscribe. Subscribe to ColdBeer. Enjoy potato salad.